Web3 developers need a slight philosophical bent to understand the principles of Web3 and how they can affect the approach of software and systems engineering. They will typically need a ability to interact within the Web3 industry. They'll usually need some mathematical basis, ability to read and understand game theoretic texts. I think most of all at this stage anyway, they need imagination in order to really take barely understood paradigm and turn it into a useful service. The Polkadot Blockchain Academy is based around a bottom to top academic level tuition in blockchain and in Polkadot more generally, more specifically. And when I say bottom to top, I really mean starting at the principles, starting at the fundamentals, starting at subjects that are not specific to blockchain, like game theory, like cryptography, like economics. Working up from these basic principles into systems design and practical systems that use them in order to provide the services and the platforms that we see in Web3. Because we teach from these principles and because we have people, our teachers have such great depth of knowledge, the PBA is uniquely positioned to be able to inspire imagination and confidence within the people it teaches. And this is really something that I think that sets the PBA apart from more practical vocational educational frameworks. It really tries to set its students up as not merely practitioners, but inventors. If I were talking to a Web2 developer now, it would depend a lot on, who I were talking to, what I felt that their drives were, their passions were. But I think the two main reasons that I would sort of tell them to sort of look into Web3. One of them would be curiosity. This is a wholly new paradigm, wholly new approach. And based simply on this fundamental novelty that it carries, I think some Web2 developers would be very interested to expand their horizons by playing around with this. The second, less frivolous reason, substantially less frivolous even, would be to appeal to their common sense of wanting to build systems that work. Web 2 is flawed by design. Web 2-based systems are reliant on human organizations that are flawed, that are weak, that have points of failure that cannot easily be controlled for, that have proven again and again to succumb to malicious or malevolent outside factors or even internal factors. And we need more resilient systems if we are to survive with any semblance of the society that we know and mostly at least love. Polkadot is one of the very few communities that is driven by the ideals of Web3, that is not willing to shirk its responsibilities, to cut corners, to disregard uncomfortable or inconvenient elements of Web3 in order to gain a little in the short term. The Polkadot community and the Polkadot technology set and the Polkadot core developers, the Polkadot fellowship, are committed to delivering Web3 in its entirety and in a faithful interpretation. Well, I think there are a number of exciting elements in the Polkadot ecosystem these days, ranging from agile core time, one of the later changes to the Polkadot protocol, through to the evolution of the system chains of Polkadot, with in particular the Plaza initiative, the introduction of the Polkadot virtual machine, the PVM, into various levels of the Polkadot stack, the introduction of the people chain and the technologies that this is bringing to the Polkadot platform, all the way through to Jam and Jam services, whether it's developing the Jam protocol, developing tooling around the Jam protocol, developing new Jam services. There's a lot that is exciting, that is new, and that can make a real difference in terms of what Web3 is capable of, and therefore in terms of what we can deliver to the world. Developers who come to Polkadot today will learn technologies that are useful and will continue to be useful for years to come. And delivery of Jam won't change the fundamental parachain offering of this, blockchain secure security service offering that Polkadot provides. And it will be many years to come before, if ever, Polkadot moves away from parachain model for doing its core functionality. That said, with the launch of Jam, there will be a new computational model for developers to play with. This model at the moment is not deeply understood because we are still developing the model and we're still developing the implementations of the model. But it's something that will happen over the course of 2025 as we develop our test nets and get Jam to a point of production. And I think for the developers that are interested in sort of seeing the very bleeding edge of technology, we will develop some initial resources in Jam service development. But I would still underline and emphasize that Jam services are not a replacement of any sort for substrate blockchains, parachains. Jam services are operate at a level beneath parachains, and it will likely take some time before we see services come about on which development can happen that is of roughly the same abstraction level as substrate and frame software development and Solidity or smart contract software development.